Hi, I'm Lucylicious, and I'm here to splick the inexplicable. Things you thought may not have been able to be spluck, I will now splick. Okay, so Jodie's doctor has questionable morals throughout her era. From her need to revel in the thrill of the kill, to refusing to criticize Space Amazon, to being kind of mean and dismissive to Yaz, etc. Now for many this may seem like quite a change of character for the Doctor, but this is fully consistent with the character of the Doctor established up until this point. Jodie's Doctor's ethics are dictated by her feelings, which is a refreshingly fresh take on the Doctor, and it leads directly on from Twice Upon a Time. Yes, the episode directly before Jodie's era began, the handing over from Moffat to Chibnall. In Twice Upon a Time, we are introduced to Testimony. Testimony, if you remember right, creates a copy of you at the moment of your death. So, Testimony was clearly taken over by the Division at some point, which is incidentally how the Division has operatives from all species. The Division want to destroy the universe, but they know they need to get the Doctor out of the way. Otherwise the Doctor will defeat them and save the universe. And they can't kill the Doctor directly, because the Doctor, whose true name is Dr. Bees, engages in what he calls in the name of the Doctor, beekeeping. Beekeeping refers to the Doctor going back through his own timeline and using telepathy with himself to stop himself from being killed. This is purely incidental. This is a separate theory that just happens to intersect. Anyway, the Doctor stops suspecting Testimony when he finds out that it was founded for non-evil purposes, clearly not realizing that the Division now control Testimony. They played him like a fiddle. Yeah, rock and roll. The first Doctor tells Bill, who is Testimony in disguise, that he left Gallifrey to answer the question of why evil doesn't dominate the universe. Good is not a good survival strategy for some reason. This is exactly what the Division, led by Tecteun, want to hear. And they're like, chill. Now we understand you. That is all we wanted. Because then, they know how to manipulate the Doctor into leaving them alone. They need to convince the Doctor to stop trying to be a good man. Ah! Ah! Ow! And Tecteun can easily relate to the Doctor as a fellow scientist. And indeed, Bill's response does turn the Doctor's world upside down. Bill, who is Testimony, who is the Division, who is Tecteun, tells the Doctor that he is the reason why evil doesn't always win. This means that the Doctor has been muddying his own data for his own experiment for all the time that we've known him. Of course, tragically, the first Doctor cannot retain these memories because it's a multi-Doctor story. So tragically, he has to wait until he's Capaldi experiencing this episode for him to get his memories of this conversation back. So when Capaldi's memories do finally catch up, he realizes his data's useless. The primary reason he travelled the universe in the first place was in the name of cold scientific curiosity. Left with tainted, useless data, what can he do? His only option is to restart his experiment. Except this time, he must take himself out of the equation. He does this by giving up trying so hard to be a good man. And in place of striving to be a good man, he regenerates into a Doctor who just does what feels good. That's why Capaldi says that regenerating won't kill anyone. Except him. He meant that it would kill everything moral that he had worked on up until this point. His incarnation became the most moral doctor. And he must abandon that. But he isn't necessarily fundamentally a good man. In fact, the one who knew him best told him that he is not a good man. He's a good Dalek. But he strives to be better than his emotions want him to be. And in the name of science, that version must die. Does this mean that the Doctor will stop being a force for good in the universe? Kinda. Somewhat. It's a bit wibbly-wobbly. Like, even if he is a good Dalek just as much as he is a good man, the Doctor's ego can never accept such a premise. He cannot accept Rusty's idea that he sustains evil just as much as he defeats it. And yet, in the time since their first meeting, Rusty has seen how truly symbiotic the Doctor and the Daleks are. It's the very reason that the Doctor is regenerating. He died reviving the Dalek race at the start of Series 9. He even got his confession dial out for it.
Doctor, save me. Sure, we're friends, why not? Have a bunch of regeneration energy, ow, ow, ow. Ha! That was a clever trick. Now you are restoring every Dalek on the planet. I tricked you. No. I am tricking you. Oh shit, this always happens. What did you do? I've revived every Dalek. But also their sewers. Say hello to Killer Poo. Killer jobbies are no threat to us. We can fly. Ah, shit. I miss the days when Daleks could be defeated by carpets. Whatever.
Giving the Daleks all that regeneration energy messed up his own regeneration. He has been regenerating all of Series 9 and 10 because he saved the Daleks. Yet he can't confront his own Dalek-shaped shadow. This selfish, ego-driven desire to be good, coupled with just the denial of his own darkness, is what keeps the Doctor still vaguely trying to do good once he regenerates into Jodie. Chibnall's whole era is the Doctor asking the question that must never be answered, the question hiding in plain sight. What happens to my data when I let go of trying to be good and just do what I want? This becomes the dominating aspect of her character, and it defines how she responds to everything. This is why she becomes a woman, because she was always non-binary. Everyone knows that. But her attempts to impose her morality on others whilst connected to modern-day Britain meant that she always chose to be seen as a white dude, because she wanted the best chance of being listened to by the sexist and racist British. This is why Troughton says to the Time Lords who are forcing his regeneration, I maintain I have the right to do... I'm not doing an impression of him. I know this doesn't look like Troughton, but I can't find my black wig. I maintain I have the right to decide what I look like. It could be very important on Earth. He knew that he wanted to be seen as a white dude. Being seen as a white woman allows her to explore her repressed, non-binary gender more freely, while keeping her whiteness because of the privilege that it bestows. I'm wearing Pride makeup today because it's Pride. Bi flag, trans flag. Oh, this photo's so much better. Check me out on Instagram if you want to see more queer makeup. I'll leave a link in the description. So, anyway, the whole Jodie era is the deepest exploration of who the Doctor is as a person that we have ever had. It's comparable to when the Doctor regenerated into Colin Baker and became a mask-off arrogant dick after his previous incarnation merely dabbled with charmlessness. With Jodie, we get not just the immoral aspects, but everything. from her gender fluid or polygender relationship to gender, to wanting to be closed off from friends out of fear. I mean, is it a coincidence that in Series 13's first episode, Mr. Huffle is confirmed as the longest running companion ever? The greatest companion of all time, in my super humble opinion. She wants to have companions who won't question her. This is the rawest Doctor we have ever had and ever will have. She is imperfect and doesn't try hard for anyone but herself. Okay. I'm gonna abruptly finish part 1 of this theory in a moment, but before I do, you got this far, so you deserve to know the outcome of her scientific experiment. Here it is, super briefly summed up. Her final season answers the question of what happens when she removes herself from the equation. Without the Doctor striving to be good, evil wins, and the universe is destroyed. That's how Flux ends. Though, I feel I need to add that the Doctor was wrong about good not being a good survival strategy. Humans are a highly social species, and it's our ability to help each other that has helped us survive. Good is a good survival strategy, even if the Doctor doesn't realize this. We do. Alright, I'm gonna stop there for now because The Power of the Doctor, Jodie's final episode, is not out yet, and that could change what I say. But also, I just want the satisfaction of releasing massive theories in multiple parts, because otherwise I will spend months like I have done on this one without the satisfaction of anyone seeing, and that's just rubbish. Alright, see you next time for part 2. Not that that'll be my next video, but you know. Ooh.
It's fine if